Hello everybody and welcome in to Geek with me. It is officially September and we are 2 episodes deep into Peacemaker, so it's time to discuss the beginning of Season 2. I am Colton Robertson. I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. We covered Peacemaker in a pre-gaming capacity.
Yes.
Just a couple weeks ago. We discussed Season 1, and we looked forward to Season 2, and we speculated about how they might handle certain things, and what storylines there may be, and we are pretty on the money thus far, I must say. Gotta give ourselves a pat on the back for that one. But yeah, we are discussing episodes 1 and 2 of Season 2 of Peacemaker. They are titled The Ties That Grind and A Man Is As Only Good as His Bird.
Man. Very, very, very nice beginning to the season. It makes me feel very comfortable for the rest of the season. And in Season 1, as we said in the precursor, it only improved, I feel like. It got better. And then, so I'm realizing that I did, are all the show's strengths, and then I feel like they're keeping it rolling, and cool, I guess right away they did rewrite, I guess, or go back a little bit and change some things, the cutscene, we figured something, if they do address it, something's got to be done. And yeah, that was it's cool that it can be changed that easily, and it's not so strict that they had to keep Aquaman, I don't know, all these people there. It's like, no, we're going to replace it with our Justice Gang, and even, I don't know, get Autobio
Superman, Supergirl,
that was sick to see Supergirl actually there, like with the so like she's normally like with them actually on which
right, she just goes and parties on those other planets. That's all.
She's just bowling. Why not when you can fly to other planets? Fair enough. But yeah, and then to see how actually multiversal they're going, that kind of surprised me a little bit. I'm not like
it surprised me too, and the reason it surprised me isn't so much because they're doing a multiversal storyline, but the fact that it has nothing to do with Peacemaker Season 1. Like, that's like, they're not using it as a means to justify why some of the events are different, which I think is a great choice. I don't think they should have. I think that would have cheapened it. I think that's a really good choice. And now, since they are opening this avenue, there is the argument to be made that, like, we could be in a slightly different universe where a bunch of the same stuff happened with slightly different characters, but that doesn't need to be dove into. And I'm glad that they're not diving into it. There's I'm really excited for the multiversal stuff because it seems like it's actually going to be handled with a certain degree of grace. Not to say that it never has been in comic book movies. I think that there's been a few that have really done some impressive stuff with the multiverse. But I really, really I'm really enjoying it, man. I think John Cena is as good as he's ever been. I don't know. I remember being very skeptical of John Cena whenever he was cast in the Suicide Squad and stuff, and then I saw the Suicide Squad, and I was like, oh yeah, he's perfect for that. Spot on. Money. Like, it's great. One-dimensional, doesn't have to do much. This is what he's doing, and that's that. And then I remember when they were like, we're going to give him a whole spin-off, and I was like, okay.
It's a lot more time.
Let's see. And then Season 1 was great, and this is only even leveled up even more, I think. He's just continually growing as an actor, and I think he's done an incredible job, and I think him and James Gunn are a wonderful team. They've done some incredible stuff together, and I mean, just surface level, everyone got hotter.
Yeah,
doesn't help. John Cena is finer than he was in Season 1. Like, he looks better. Because I for one have never particularly found John Cena very attractive. I like the big muscle man thing.
Yeah, it's just a little
works for some people, doesn't work for others. And not to say that it doesn't work for him. He's always looked good, don't get me wrong, but I've never been like, man, he's kind of hot. Season 2 kicks off, and I'm kind of like, John Cena might be kind of fine, huh? Amelia Harcourt.
Gets
God
beat
damn.
the shit out of. Like, she's looking like bad most of the time, or they're trying to make her look bad, you know. And then it's just like not working. It's just like she's just fucking...
Leota Adebayo. God damn.
Yeah, like
the
everyone is
yeah,
just kind of glowing.
Everyone looks.
Bit.
I mean, Frank Grillo wasn't in season 1. Rick Flag Sr., but goddamn is he fine. That is a beautiful fucking man. So that's to say that I'm a big fan.
We got,
the orgy, great scene.
Orgy that happened.
Yeah, great scene, great stuff. So, I love the expression of Peacemaker's sexuality being very, very, very pansexual. Like it's not. I like that now we officially have the whole gang, the 11th Street kids, as they're referred to, are now like 2 straight people with Harcourt and Economos. Harcourt, who could get laid anytime she wants to, but kind of refuses to because she doesn't like happiness. And then Economos, who wants so desperately to get laid, but simply can't. Adebayo, a lesbian. Vigilante, an asexual character, which they didn't really confirm until this most recent episode where he's like, I'm not a pervert. I don't like sex.
It's just a good bonding experience with my friends, you know?
Yeah, and he's like, that's not normal. That's not an every person thing. John Cena's character, Peacemaker, being pansexual. And I think it's fun that, like, there's only 2 straight people, and they're the ones who can't figure out how to get laid or don't want to be laid, which is so fucking funny.
He's and very free spirited, I think, is how someone describes it as John Cena's sexuality here, or Peacemaker is like, he's just a very free spirited kind of guy,
dude.
And man, this I mean, to be able to have this on call, you know, he can just be like, all right, it's going down tonight, guys. And then it just, party. To get to that state, I don't know. That's kind of, this isn't obviously the first time. I don't think that there is
this is
a
well, I mean, he knows everybody by name, by the way. Yeah, we get that from the next morning whenever he's like, and he's trying to recall her name and he gets it. You're like, holy shit, you know all of these people. It's not just some random people you invited over for a fuck party.
Wow. Yeah.
So all that to say, I'm really, really digging the vibe immediately. I love the new theme. I love the new theme song and introduction. I think I was talking to Emily last night because she watched the second episode with me. Intro song, better. Intro dance, not quite as much.
I like the energy.
There's a certain,
of the first
there's a certain kind of like you can't top the original for me. Like that's the do you really want to taste it was hard. That was hard. Like, and they went in on it. But I like the tone they're taking. It's really setting it up properly. You know, like the longing that he has in his heart for Harcourt, and I think that there's I really, really dig it, man. I'm excited to meet some more of the cast too. We haven't seen Michael Rooker yet. He's in the intro as he's in one of the he's in like the dog pile at the end of it, and he does a little bit of the dancing. You know, so it's like we haven't seen him yet. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. He plays the professional eagle hunter, so I think it's safe to assume that he'll be brought in next week.
Yes. Okay. There we go. Yeah. No bird blindness there. That's how.
The bird blindness bit is so fucking funny, by the way. Tim Meadows. I love Tim Meadows. Him being like, is that a parrot?
Yes. What was the other bird he said? Parrot and,
duck.
Yeah. I got attacked by a duck. And that's like, dang, dude.
It's a bald fucking eagle. Yeah. He's like, those are like very different sizes. He goes, I wouldn't know. Yeah. I can't tell.
Look the same to me. And it's like, what? Like but he makes so much stuff up on the fly, but then also
you can't tell if he's being for real or not.
You have
dude,
no
it fucking kills
clue.
me. He's like, I need one of you to come in here and shoot this thing. Goddamn bird blindness fucking kills me. Oh my god. So yeah, the second episode particularly made me laugh out loud like several times. Like I was cracking up. And
Good.
More
funny.
so than I think I have in any other episode of the show so far, which is kind of wild.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the show is getting better and better for me. I think that the premise of having this alternate universe where everything is surface level perfect, we can dive into that a little bit more later on, or immediately in the future. Obviously, that's a white supremacist reality.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be good. I'm assuming it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows, and
it can't be. It can't be. He's a fucking hero in that reality. And it could be like, oh, he's actually a good guy in this reality. You know, I'll believe it when I see it.
And it could be very surface level. Like it's like this is the multiverse. This is literally the
it could
utopia,
be. It could be. I'm going that it is more a white supremacist one sort of thing. And like I'm going off a Harcourt with this too, the way she dresses in the intro as the alternate version of herself, and you know, like there's a little bit more of a conservative thing going on, a more trad wife sort of vibe she has with the long flowy dress and all, like there's just a little bit. We haven't seen a single person of color in that reality yet. You know, I know that we haven't really left that house, so like hard to say yet, but pictures on the wall and everything, there's no black people. Like I don't know.
I could maybe think it's if it's purely perfect, it might play stronger because I feel like the end goal of this storyline is him choosing to stay in his original timeline not falling into the trap of, oh well, there's infinite possibilities and I can just open a door and kill one version of me and do whatever. So I mean, if it is a white supremacist world, then it's kind of like, oh well, yeah, it's like it was all perfect, but then it's like, he's beyond that. I feel like already.
Why'd you guys have to be Nazis? Yeah, that's why I'm like, I think that, and I think we'll build to that in a sort of, I don't know, subtle way, you know, because they do present as so loving and so normal, and he hasn't had a family, you know, he's never had his brother, and with his brother never dying, his dad actually doesn't seem like a terrible guy. And so I think that's kind of all we're going to see for a while. But I think the moment that flip sort of switches, it'll kind of be him going, God damn it. You know, I hope it's kind of an immediate deal breaker, you know, I hope that's kind of how they treat it. Like, it's kind of like can't do that, you know.
Isn't the dad's costume different this time? Like it's not
blue.
The white dragon, or
it's blue. It's the same costume. It's a different color scheme.
So it does like it's literally.
It still evokes the KKK in a certain like grand wizard sort of way, but instead of it being white with red accent, it's blue with white accent.
Yeah, because I mean. I'm just trying to think of, this is a world where his brother didn't die, so he's not the piece of shit father. At least, you know, he could still be the leader of the KKK, but loving, you know, choosing to be like the loving his family, you know, or he just loves his own family and is a piece of shit everywhere else. So I see the white supremacist world, but I wonder if they. I don't know. It feels easier storyline wise if it is just the perfect one, or it hits harder for him to go back. But I tend
to agree.
I think for the show though, I don't know. It feels like I think you are more right though. Like it's weird that I was at the beginning very, very much down like, oh no, it's actually just perfect utopia. But the more you're laying it out, it's like. It is going to be like a slow creep, and everything is very, very good.
And I do think it will be a slow creep. I think it'll be one of those things that like he doesn't realize until he kind of realizes it. You know, I don't think it's going to be like he'll be walking around and he'll be like looking out the street and like, huh, interesting. You know, like so. I don't think it's one of those things where he'll be like, fascinating. There's no people of color. I think it'll kind of be like he doesn't really realize it until he goes, oh wait a second. Maybe Adebayo enters the reality and there's a problem or something, you know, like,
I see. Yeah.
You know, I think,
those doors are open to anyone if you have the code, I guess. Like that is,
right.
That is all you need. And it is, like, I didn't think of that room like that at all in season 1.
No.
Like I thought of it as just
they
a
didn't treat it
storage
that
room.
way. Yeah,
like an infinite storage room. I didn't think of other portal access points, whatever.
If it is extra
doors.
dimensional, I suppose that
so-
makes sense.
Yeah, so I guess it's infinite, whatever. So it's always been there, but it is
I
cool
love
to
that
see.
we go in there the first time because it's too cold for him to take Eagly flying outside, so he just has him fly around in there.
Yeah.
Like, that's a great idea. I love that.
Just an alien like cooking a burger or whatever, like on a grill.
Some fucking asshole who I always say hi to, and he never says hi back.
Yeah, I wonder like if it's just he can't speak or something like that, or like something, and it's like he's trying to, but he can't, and like, or I don't know. I wonder if he is a super friendly alien actually, or like if it's just going to be that bit the whole time, or like if that is him.
Plot twist. That's I was gonna say it's another version of him from an alien reality.
And then, like an imp, like there's every, I don't know, they're talking about imps or whatever, and I'm imagining there's probably an imp version of him, and then so it's like, are we gonna be getting the oh no, that's Marvel, Howard, Duck World, or I guess you could, I guess you could, it's a
you definitely could. It's infinite possibilities. But and we got a mention of an interdimensional imp in Superman also.
Really?
And it's who the Justice Gang is fighting in the background while Superman and Lois are like having that heart-to-heart. They're fighting an extra dimensional.
The glowy thing?
It's a little being protecting itself inside that ball.
Wow, that's okay.
Yeah. So
kind of.
Yeah, those things are powerful. Mr. Mxyzptlk is one of them, and it's a character of absurd power, fifth dimensional being, higher consciousness, all that good stuff. Toys with humanity.
I think
toys with humanity just because it's fun. Yeah.
My Adventures with Superman, maybe. I think there. Yeah. And okay, that's okay. Wow, I didn't know that. But in the real or the recent Superman movie, I didn't know that was one of them. That's really cool because they are connecting the world. I mean, like establishing what is canon. I feel like. Really, really explicitly here, but also treating I don't know, like it's also the multiverse is so up in the air. It's not could be anything, and it could be as simple as it is just this perfect utopia. We're going to use it as the surface level. Man finds his perfect life, but chooses to actually stay in the one that he always had, and it could be that, or it could be, everyone in this crew ends up struggling, like they all find their own perfect life or something like that. And it's not just Peacemaker struggling through it, but multiple people going through it. Cause like he even says it, like he grew up with it. It's normal for him, and Adebayo is like, what the fuck? Like you gotta tell us about, or like, holy shit. But no.
How are you gonna compare me being Methodist to you having an interdimensional portal in your closet?
Yeah. But I mean, he as a child, it was just something completely normal to him. But so he thinks of it way, way differently than someone else. Like if Adebayo did walk in there, like I feel like, I don't know, like a very, very different reaction. And of course we had Vigilante walk in there, the guy with zero emotions whatsoever. But, I guess all of these doors are specific to Peacemaker, however. Like they always seem to open up a door into, their house, or it's always a code that they enter to open, or like the access points that they put there. And so
that's what's interesting is right now we've only really seen the two, so it's like hard because I think it would be a fun twist if this extra dimensional pocket is entirely connecting nothing but alternate versions of Peacemaker. I think that would be a fun idea. I think it would make sense if that's how Chris's dad, like if there's like not a council of reeds sort of, but like the way that they got this was kind of gifted to them, because that would make sense for this version of Chris's dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't make sense that he figured this out. You know, it feels like it's something that's like, one came to him and was like, check this shit out. All right, bye.
The prime dad. Yes, the prime Rick, or the actual good one. That figured it all out and then shared the knowledge with all the rest. And, so I guess it is probably the father always, and in this world that we know, it just so happened that Peacemaker already killed his dad and is taking over. I guess it's not really Peacemaker. Peacemaker's it's all his father's doors, really.
Yeah.
And I guess he he had his workbench in there, like, to make the helmet. So, like, it does seem that it is like a very shared space. The alien just cooks a burger in there, you know, he's chilling.
Right,
so,
right. That's why I'm like,
it's a council.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, it's not really, it's not private by any stretch. He can just wander off, and that's why I'm like, I don't know, especially when something exists outside of space and time like that.
Yeah.
The odds of two of them being in there at the same time seem pretty limited. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I love the way they're portraying Chris's sort of his hang up with Harcourt. I like that they have followed through on the vibes we got at the end of season 1. They have hooked up. But they, you know, Harcourt regrets it, as one probably would, given that he's Peacemaker and all that good stuff, regardless of how
the attraction was
how
there.
you feel.
The physical attraction was obviously there, but there's a lot of baggage that goes along
tons
with
of
baggage.
And
but
I love the way they're portraying that. I think it's compelling the way that they're depicting this as like one of the only things Chris is genuine about. You know, him trying to, whenever he's like, no, I didn't mean it like that. You know, like, stop. She's the one who's being purposefully stilted when it comes to their relationship.
Yeah.
You know, like she's pushing him away very, very actively, even though it doesn't seem like they would be a bad couple strictly. You know what I'm saying?
In at least Otherworld, everything's going very, very well, you know, so I do like the idea that if we are playing with the multiverse and love is interdimensional, you know, it's the only thing that transcends. I think that's really cool if we're going down that route. So, like, they could just be going through a shaky patch and Harcourt's just pushing it away. You know, she can't find a job right now, you know. Waller is blacklisting her from every single intelligence agency, pretty much, or, you know, not letting her find work. And she, you know, she even says, like, oh, like, I feel like the first episode is really her episode. Like, she's on screen so much, and like her performance was awesome. And I like her in therapy, just being like, you know, I've been trained for one thing my entire life. Like, what do you want me to do? And it's kind of like the like Mission Impossible, or anytime you live this life, it's like, how can you ever return to just the normal, in air quotes, you know, way of human life? It's just kind of impossible. So she's struggling with that, and I feel like that's her actual problem. But she wants the relationship to work. But if she could have her old job back as well, like if they were still on Team Waller, you know, and Adebayo didn't slip everything out, you know, and everything wasn't public and everything, I wonder if they continue on and you know, as a more normal relationship there. But yeah, because the public facing stuff that did quite call. I mean, like, Adebayo's life, or not Adebayo, or Harcourt's life, like, really, I don't know, she doesn't have a job anymore. Yeah, so like, she is, and not paying her bills and shit. So like, I don't know, she's really kind of going through it.
Rough time for Amelia, who, I mean, again, has instantly become a favorite in this this new DCU. Absolutely love her, and I think that there are things that happened in season 1 of Peacemaker that I haven't considered how they would affect the DCU. such as the exposure of Task Force X. There is an entire show we are going to get called Waller. That is confirmed. That is no doubter. That is in the works. We know that is something we are going to get. We could be getting, I guess. When it comes to everything that was announced, I'm curious about how much is actually going to be made, just because he announced a lot of shit, you know?
That's true. Yeah.
But that feels like a really easy one. It's a television show that feels like it could be a spinoff of Peacemaker, and it's got Viola Davis attached to it. It feels like one of those ones where you're like, yeah, you make that. And kind of getting Waller in this new spot, on the other end of Task Force X being disbanded and stuff. I wonder what that even looks like. I'm excited to see what that could have in store for us. But
yeah, and I like even Creature Commandos, like a animated show, like how that like everything they're building right now, like it feels all so connected at the same time, but you don't have to watch one thing to get the other. It's just it can only help build off of each other. But the MCU just kind of feels so linear, or it does feel like building, big explosion, big movie, endgame. You know, we got there, and then. But this is it's just good quality always at the same time. But then it does seem like there is this background thing kind of cook. Like I can't seem to find the. I want to find the connection between Lex, you know, his pocket dimension thing, and this. And maybe it's like what they're doing with sensing, you know, looking for rifts everywhere or whatever. It's just Lex made it very, very public facing that this was a thing that's going on, and now they're finally looking into it around the world.
Yeah, looking for that energy signature sort of.
Yeah, so maybe it's not an actual direct link between Lex and you know, the father's tech or whatever. You know, maybe they were separate things, but. It feels it does feel that they're something is building greater than the show with this this portal rift and multiverse thing. Like I think that this is I don't think this will be a Peacemaker only thing again, and I don't think the rift closes up and we're done with this stuff in the greater scheme of things. So that's like the only thing that I think can escape the show, really, other than just characters popping up in other things, is like this rift or room.
And that's what's cool too, is that I see that as every bit as possible as it being limited to a Peacemaker only thing. And that's what I love about the universe being so open right now, and so new and fresh and comic booky.
Yeah.
Is that it's approaching everything from a comic book sensibility standpoint. There are standalone books where one character dives into the fucking multiverse for a little bit, and it doesn't affect the greater DC universe at large. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, or Marvel for that matter. Like, there are single books where it's like, yep, we're going to do this for a while. And it could end everything, you know, like it could tear the universe apart, but it's just good. I'm the only one who knows about it. And I'm going to deal with it, and then it's over, you know? So like, that's what I love about it, is that it all feels incredibly connected and singular. And I think that's very difficult to pull off. And, right now they're doing it with flying colors. And, you know, Rick Flag Sr. being,
yes,
you know, on the vendetta against Peacemaker for the death of his son. Love that. I'm really curious if Rick Flag Sr. calls in some old pals, some Creature Commando buddies.
Yes, I think this is how we get him in live action.
That could be, you know. I think that would be fun.
Yes, Dr. Phosphorus. You think we get a live action fucking?
That would be sick. That would be sick.
Wow. Yeah. Or David Harbour. Wait, did he make it out? Did he? I'm trying to remember who actually made it out at the end of that one, or who died. I remember. Nina.
The fish lady, Nina I feel like, is the only one. Mina.
Nina died for sure. But then, yeah, I think everyone else. I guess the princess of whatever country. She got whacked. But yeah. Okay, so we could get The Bride would be really cool. Oh my god. Like, yeah. G.I. Robot? I guess that is Sean Gunn as well. So that's kind of funny, is that he's already in the show as...
yeah, Maxwell Lord. Fun. Yeah. That was a fun little addition, too, that they're having open casting calls, basically, for the Justice Gang.
Yeah. Yeah. And... wow, the microphone whatever thing. And like, so it seems that this was like a very common, this is not their first day doing this, like they have been very much looking for people. Yeah. And I mean, it is why in such the locate, like, is it just they don't have the funds, or it seems that
I think it's secrecy.
Okay, yeah, but the first lady that walked out, I don't know, just she looked kind of just like a Playboy bunny, you know, kind of whatever. It was like,
how many times did I mention the bunny chick's camel toe?
Oh God, oh my Lord, and yeah, just, I mean, I don't know how he didn't put it together on like like the people reacting to the things they're saying right then and that, like obviously, but I mean, I don't know, you don't know until you know. But yeah, that was man.
Nice to see Nathan Fillion and Isabel Merced pop up. We did mention that those felt like if there was going to be people who popped up, it would probably be them. You know,
there we go. And such a seamless cameo, like I don't know, for like a perfect. It's cool that we can get that scene, you know, and
absolutely.
And I guess still holding out for the corn sweat, you know, for the man to pop up, but no, that's okay. We don't need Superman.
Well, I mean, no, we don't. We definitely don't. But what compels me is the thought of if alternately, if the other universe is a white supremacist world, what do other superheroes look like beyond these three? You know, beyond this trio of father and sons. Like, is there other stuff? Is there more there? I don't know. That's why I'm like, I think it'd be interesting to see kind of a little bit of an exploration of the other universe in that capacity, but I doubt we get it. I don't, and I'm not strictly wanting it. I just think it would be an interesting direction if they decided to take it.
I meant to ask you this early on. Did you watch the post, little trailer for episode 3 at the end of the episode?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
So I guess I did a little bit.
Okay.
But then, so they do show, I guess I don't know, is it?
I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care.
They do show him living in this world for a little bit and taking in the glory of being a hero and well known.
Mm-hmm. I saw. They did like I watched this season on Peacemaker sort of thing at the end of the first episode. So I know he goes there and he does spend time.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember. Yeah, if there was a single person of color in this world, like whenever he's going up and people are cheering him on. Like, I mean, it's very brief, and now I'm like going freeze framey, but yeah, I don't. It does seem, the world does seem very, very, I don't know, shot in a different lens. There's a whole different filter. It's like it's like a old, not just old timey, not just to give off old, I don't know, vibes. It feels
old fashioned values.
Yes, so it is, at least for the next episode, he embellishes, which is nice. I expected him. I like that it's not like, I'm going to shut the door and never even look in there. It's nice that we'll get it and see, actively in this world. So I feel like next episode we will figure out whether they reveal, the true nature of the world. Will be interesting if it is that slow burn or not, but
I think that if that is a thing, the most compelling thing to do would be making it a slow burn.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and
if they were just like, because if not, then we're dealing with a crisis of conscience that really affects Peacemaker as a character. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he willing to sacrifice living in a world of more acceptance and more equality, not saying that there is nothing but acceptance and equality, but more of it. for a brother he never had and a loving father.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which could also be an interesting storyline if they could pull it off effectively. I just worry about the optics of it if they go down that road. Like, it would have to be very, very carefully handled if they did that.
He killed the version of himself that knows this version of his brother, and the original Peacemaker of this universe. I wonder if there's just an easier way to just say these versions. I guess, but. At least there is a version he killed, and there is always going to be that air of I am not this real version of me, and the brother is gonna I feel like it's everyone knows that out. Yeah, everyone's gonna know it, and then so it's gonna be like, oh well, what? So like no, it's immediate acceptance. Right now of everything, like I finally have a dad that says I love. Right. I don't think he ever heard his dad say I love you ever in his life, and immediately, like on the first meeting of him, he hears it, and even he has his brother here. So yeah, it's like all acceptance, but then the moment that flips, or like the moment they figure out, oh my god, you killed our Chris, then it's like, oh well, we're gonna kill you now. So it's like I feel like maybe it isn't that he has to choose to leave the world on its own. Maybe he's just like, well, fuck, I'm out of here, but then do they know? Like, I guess they would have to follow him back and see what door he walked into. Is it literal in that sense, or like, can they?
That's the part that I think is really interesting. Is that for the Augie would be the one who knows that this is a multiversal link, right? And not every Augie would know that, I don't think either. I think that some Augies would know that.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I don't know that's... To have an interdimensional portal in your house, if they know it's an interdimensional portal that can connect them to the multiverse, if they think he's acting strange, I feel like they could pretty quickly assess.
Yes, okay.
You must have come through the fucking door. You know what I'm saying? Like, Now, logicking your way in and out of comic book stories is never a good tactic. But because they also depict this Chris with a lot of the same personality, the same wiliness that our Chris as we know him possesses. He is pill problem, it seems, according to Augie in the background. He is erratic. He's the one who fucked up Harcourt. Harcourt's not fucking up on him. Like there's a backwardsness here, but it's also like behaviorally very similar fellas, it seems.
Yeah.
But just different enough, you can tell that they're like, you all right, bud? What's going on? And obviously he's dealing with a lot of shock, but I don't know. There's enough there for me to be compelled by the concept of him wanting to assume this role, assuming it for a while, and then kind of having to deal with the consequences of his actions.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to deal with the public. The public won't have any clue at all if he's just out doing Peacemaker things. But his family, or like when he's dealing with his dad or brother, it'll be
the way that I see it is like he goes to this reality, and he eventually decides to just fucking stay there. And the 11th Street kids know that he has this interdimensional portal. They can't find him. That he's probably in there somewhere. Vigilante knows it. He's been in there. He shows him. He shows him the combo. He's like, fuck it. And he does it. Like, there's an express moment where they mention that one of them knows the combination. They show that someone else knows. If Adrian was paying attention, who knows? But regardless, I think it's one of those deals where he stays there for a while. We have the 11th Street kids dealing with like our world's problems, and them cracking down on, Eagly and Peacemaker and all that, and trying to protect him from the inside, sort of, and then going to save him. And upon arriving there, Augie and his brother, what is it?
Yeah, that's oh, I do need that as well. Is it Cap? No, that's not.
I keep wanting to call him Roy because that's his character in The Office.
Is it David Denham that plays him?
Yeah.
Captain Triumph? Is it Keith? Okay, Keith. I guess that's
Keith.
his superhero name is
That's
Captain
his superhero
Triumph,
name
but
is Captain Triumph.
Keith. Good old
Keith.
Keith. What's the dad again?
I think that they'll be like
Augie and Keith. Okay.
Yeah, Augie and Keith. I think they'll be ready to kind of attack on sight upon seeing like Adebayo specifically. Like that's where my money's at. Like and then that's when Chris has to like kind of make the choice and realizes like, oh shit, that's what's wrong with this reality. Here we go.
Yeah, because I don't know if anyone else actually knows the combination thing. I think that was them sensing that the door was just opening, that the signature was
There's
going out
the
again.
moment that he takes Vigilante in there.
Yeah.
He kind of
He goes, fuck it. Like, they're gonna know.
Yeah.
He says they're going to know. Like, they're gonna know that I'm going in here. Not how, or not the combination. Just, it sends out a energy signature, that they can pick
I'm
up.
talking about Adrian specifically might know.
I see. Yeah.
Not them. Adrian might, because he's right there and he's not really covering it or anything. That's kind of what I'm referencing.
I see. Yeah.
Not the agency, not Argus or anything like that. I don't think they'd know, but I also don't know that. I could also see them having like a little detective type storyline where they try to figure it out. They try to find their way in. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, because what happens if you put in a wrong code? Like I think that is where the rift danger can come in. Is like if it maybe they're like the code they put in is very specific to Augie or Peacemaker, but they could put in, maybe it's not just a security code to open. Maybe it is they're inputting like Augie coordinates, or this is, our rift room. But if another code is entered, does that, I don't know. Or is there like a security house lockdown sort of thing, where if they do put in the wrong code, boom, the house just locks down and no one can, I don't know, something happens there. But yeah, I don't think Adrian, it'll be interesting. Like, they could play it off to be like, oh yeah, I saw him put in the numbers. Like, I didn't think it was important, but yeah, they're blah 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 blah. But I think I think it'll be they know he's in there, but they can't get in there. Like, there's nothing they can do to get in there, and it'll be that they will try anything they can to. Well, I don't know. They are a spy agency, and they could literally just open up the panel, see the numbers that are pressed, with some fingerprint dust or some shit, and bust it out. But yeah, I wonder. I think it would be maybe a little interesting to see Hardcore react to Chris. Well, she doesn't know that like she's perfect for him in that reality, though. But to know he's actually gone and there's nothing that anyone can do to get him back. Like, it has to be him that comes back, or and that is it. But yeah, I guess, I don't know. Vigilante was right there, and they are, I don't know. I could see them very, very easily doing something like that. But yeah, I don't know, because the hesitation, I guess, that was the energy signature. I think that, yeah, I guess I didn't think of picking up on other, are we only going to pick up when Peacemaker walks in and out of the door? Is there going to be somewhere, I don't know, somewhere else that they pick up?
I don't know. That's why I'm like, and not to mention that he did have to gain access to the other house, and it was the same code.
This is true. Yeah?
He
knows the code to go leave.
He knows the code. And we know the code. We've watched him punch it in. It's 261011. That is the quote. That is the code.
26. Yeah, I don't know. There's no Earth 26, whatever the fuck. I don't think it's this, but is that like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Chris? Because that, like, in text code, when you hit, I don't know, I was trying to think of when you had to hit the buttons, 2 or 3 times to, like, 2 makes, no, C would be, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know what it could mean, or if the number could mean anything. But yeah, they do explicitly show him punching in the combination. And maybe it is just to show that it is the same on both sides. Like, not that the number itself is important, but that it is just they match from one side to the other. And
this is interesting. I'm looking into it because I'm curious. This is a behind the scenes thing that could be interesting. It could be an homage to Robert Patrick, the actor who portrays Augie. As Patrick is the first charter holder of the 101st chapter of the Booze Fighters Motorcycle Club, being BF1011. B is the second letter of the alphabet, and F is the sixth. That would then become 261011. The other one is a Bible verse called Isaiah 26:10 through 11, which is the 261011. But when grace is shown to the wicked, they do not learn righteousness. Even in a land of uprightness, they go on doing evil, and do not regard the majesty of the Lord. Lord, your hand is lifted high, but they do not see it. Let them see your zeal for your people and be put to shame. Let the fire reserved for your enemies consume them.
Yeah, I guess it is weird that both line up, but Bible verses, I feel like you can pull Bible verses out of a lot of numbers combinations. Like it is very easy to pull those out. But I don't know. This is a very Christian, like a very we have Methodists and very whatever the hell Augie and they are. I don't know, but something's cooking there. So I mean, yeah, it could be very, very deeply tied there. But I guess I'm taking too much significance in this, in whether it is just a security code and just a open and close, and that is it that the door can do, or if the door can potentially do more if another code is entered. I think I lean actually much more on the side of it's just a secure. It is like a on off or like a open close sort of thing, and but I mean it is an infinite door. I don't know. It's an infinite door, but the Augie. I mean, Bible verses, or I don't know. There's a lot of. I feel like you can also find a lot of metaphors and I don't know.
Oh yeah, you can project anything you want onto that.
But I don't know. The Augie connection there, that is cool. Like that there is the actor playing him too. But I wonder. I think it is significant. Like it is just. It's it's similar on one side and the other. It is a Augie. Oh man, I'm really going back and forth on like it is an Augie specific code. And like, it doesn't feel like a security measure. So yeah, maybe I am just 50-50 on that, and it could really bounce.
Well, and that's the other thing too is that like we also have no evidence to show us that every door is one of theirs. This could be a genuinely shared space that like if you gain access to it, you gain access to it. You know, like I don't know. We have no idea how that works. You know, we have no reason to believe that it's nothing but Augie's and Chris's doors, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Even when he's like on the run, he doesn't try to like go into a random world or some shit, you know, or room. And maybe that's just, you have to put in the code or take the time to.
And something about that door specifically kind of drew him in.
That's true.
Yeah, you know, because he found the same workbench over there too, and was like,
oh, okay.
Huh. Weird. You know,
didn't Eagly like go up to a door and like gnaw at it?
Yeah, that door went up to it and scratched at it. Yeah.
So Eagly kind of was like, "Huh, that's So yeah, a little divine intervention. I feel like little here.
Right.
You going on this this journey here. He's being taught a lesson, I guess. I mean, Eagly, dude's holding it down. Dude is
Eagly's a pimp.
Like that.
Eagly's a pimp.
I didn't ever think I could give D. Bradley Baker a maybe not quite the performance nod, but a character. I mean, at least the shot. I love that they gave him fucking
a hero moment,
like walking away from an explosion.
A needle drop,
but like
slow motion walk for Eagly is fucking sick.
And like, I mean, it's so little. It's like it's little things like that. It's just the little in between scenes, like again, like back with Economos and what's his character name? Tim Meadows. I don't know who he plays. I guess
I don't either.
Langston Flurry. Do they call Flirt? I don't know. But no, like their scenes like are and then you get did you see the post credit of like going back to their conversation of like it seemed like an extended cut of their scenes that they just actually cut away, which is like I love that we get those at the end of the episode. So it's like
I loved the one in the first one where they're like they're talking about the bands and like God, they fucking suck. You know, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, the two girls that sucked me off, whatever. Like, where were they? Where were you? Portland, Oregon. What were they wearing? I don't know. Just all the questions they were asking and just going on and on.
Well, while you were learning all that, I had two hot bitches sucking my dick. Yeah, just like he's playing an absolute fucking loser, and it's incredible. I love Tim Meadows, dude. He's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I like that I have a good idea of the direction we're headed thematically, but I like that I have no idea what's going to happen. You know, we're also covering Alien Earth, and I'm having a lot of fun doing that. We're doing that bi-weekly with Peacemaker right now. So next week will be Alien Earth episodes 5 and 6. Week after that will be Peacemaker 3 and 4, so on and so forth. But 2 episodes deep, a quarter of the way into this season versus halfway through the Alien Earth season, I'm already much happier with Peacemaker.
It's feels there's more. You know, there's some cool concepts that have popped up in Alien Earth for sure, and the show is not bad. I am entertained watching it, but this has. I'm laughing. I'm not crying yet, you know, in the show. I feel like season 1 did get me there eventually. So like I feel like it has the potential to make me cry, but like I am feeling a lot more, or I'm in this show a lot more. It's a lot easier to escape into it than Alien Earth, where it feels I am watching the show.
Right.
And yeah, these I don't know, the like Hardcore seems to, and Chris's storyline, like their relationship seems to be the long-standing,
a pretty central crux of this season. Yeah,
it seems to be that's their storyline, and the multiverse thing is like the stepping stone along the way to maybe make Chris realize that like I don't need the perfect version of Hardcore, or whatever, you know, or like that's not right. Like it's not right to throw my life all the way to go in this one, even if it is a possibility or not. But
I also think it's interesting that what does compel him to go back is Harcourt.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not that he does have a live brother who exists over there. I mean, like that doesn't hurt, obviously. But the reason he goes back at the end of episode 2 is that he has a Harcourt there waiting for him.
That's true. And his Harcourt, you know, kind of slammed him at the end of the party and was
expressly,
like, you know, and then he was like, damn, pulled out the phone, sent the text, and it's like not delivered. Damn, open up the photos. He's he's like, all right, fuck, I gotta go. You know, he's like, yep, nope, gotta get going. So yeah.
Well, imagine you have like this unrequited crush on somebody. And then you get a phone that has evidence of you together and happy. You go, okay, yeah, I'm going to go wherever that is, you know?
It'd be so easy. Like, it's so bad how easy that, like, I hope.
And that's why I'm like, it's one of those things where I think that he will be villainized for making that choice, you know? Like, it's not like it, I mean, by Harcourt, like, that's not it's unquestionably an amoral thing to do, you know, like it's not good. So I think that it will cause more strife, and it's the easy way out, which is not like he's choosing to do an easier life that isn't his versus, you know, he's disowning his own people, his own life. And I think that it could be, that'll be a very interesting dramatic crux of the story this season. But,
yeah. And I guess we still have Augie IRL in the other universe, but we still haven't seen him pop up mentally, you know, if that.
Yeah, we have not. We haven't.
So, that I'm wondering if what we were seeing before was like, you know, the ghost. No, because that Augie that's in his head is very, very KKK.
It's a manifestation of his insecurities. Yeah.
That's it'll be interesting.
Granted, those insecurities were placed there by his father. His father was just like that, which doesn't help.
Now I guess he has an actual version of his dad that he sees, so like that he can. I don't know. Maybe that's making it disappear a little bit. You know,
quite the cathartically tragic experience to kill yourself, huh?
Yeah. And like accidentally
fighting yourself
too a little. It's like he didn't really mean to do it, but he was like, "Well, I kind of wanted." Like that's what the goal of this.
He wanted to beat him in the fight, and he didn't want to die.
Yeah. So I mean, what are you gonna trap?
One of them was going to die. Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know.
That's important. The other Chris has no idea that he's a multiversal version of him. He thinks he might be a shapeshifter.
That's true. Yeah.
They have no idea that that's what these doors do.
Oh. Okay. That's an very, very interesting detail there. Augie is the only one who would know.
I'm like, if anybody knows, it would be Augie. Yeah. You know, like...
Or maybe Peacemaker's the only one that's kept out of the loop. Maybe the brother knows. I don't know why.
Ooh, yeah.
You know, maybe that's why he's pushing pills. He's like, oh, why? You know, the favorite brother.
Seems like a favorite, even in the reality where he's dead.
Yeah. It seemed, you know, the conversations they were having, though, it seemed that they all were equal. It's just Chris wasn't giving his input because he was not that real version.
Oh,
He
yeah.
didn't know what to say. But it didn't seem that there was a favoritism, but there was no way to really tell yet, I guess. So...
they were kind of... And I know that it's expository because Chris is learning about this reality, so like they kind of do need exposition of sorts. But Augie and Keith kind of talk about Chris like he's not there when he's sitting there. And I know that he is, like there's no question about that. I'm not really trying to make a speculation there, but the way that they're able to talk to each other and reminisce with one another while kind of leaving Chris out.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah,
is kind of and they are, even though they are reminiscing about Chris, about when he was younger and the kind of shit he got up to and all that good stuff. They are still othering him. So maybe there is that element even in this reality. He is a third wheel.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe that's just me projecting the understanding of the reality we know onto this one, but I don't know. I think it's I'm excited. Regardless, I think we've got a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, it's like we were saying, episode 2 here. We're already through 4 over with Alien Earth, and it feels that there is just more substance already, and that's I don't know, definitely more ideas explored over in Alien Earth already. Like there's a lot more moving parts. It feels like kind of over there, but I don't know. Maybe that is why it's not as easy to connect to.
And we could be building to a similar story with the bones of, is this person who is my sibling, you know, like Keith was my brother, if we're in another reality and I don't know him and I've never known him and this isn't the Keith I knew, is it still Keith? Is he still my brother? I think there's thematically could be an interesting tie there.
Yeah. What makes, I don't know, all the memories are there, but they aren't your memories. Yeah, it's like, but then how does that work? But it is a version of you. So like all is it a shared thing? Yeah, that's a.
Is it a collective consciousness?
But yeah, this is at least way cooler than I think what the MCU multiverse was. What they're cooking over there. It doesn't feel the same at all. It feels over there. It feels like it's all controlled by Kang, or by now it's Doctor Doom and Secret. I don't know. It's all there's threads. There's a sacred.
And DC
timeline.
already had its version of what the MCU is doing multiversally, and it was the Flash, and that played out exactly as you would expect it to.
Yeah, that was rough. That was
that feels much more like MCU multiversality sort of vibes.
Yeah, I just kind of choose to forget about that movie largely. Like that is that's one I don't like to remember. But no, new DCU, great. I mean, what a turnaround from the end of one universe to the next. Because this is second episode. You're right, it was funnier. Not directed by James Gunn that time, so that isn't. I wonder, like comedy wise, if he I don't know.
Still wrote it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess
still wrote it.
His what am I? Tropes are still there, like it is there. But I do feel like it is an evolution from season 1's comedy. Like it was, like we said, it was funny, but kind of in that James Gunny vibe that is, I don't know, not like sometimes it's funny and sometimes it just drags on for a little too long or
sometimes like okay.
I think I think they're a lot more aware and when I don't know, it feels better this go around.
I think season 1 used Peacemaker as the central part of those comedic bits a little bit, to the point where we got kind of like I got kind of the point where I was like, okay, this is our main character. I can't have him doing this, or like I don't want that all the time. Now it feels like that's being eschewed to other characters, like and I appreciate that. I do.
We're letting, I don't know, we're branching out, and everyone is you're just feeling coming into their stride a lot better. Hardcore's getting a very good storyline now, like a very core storyline.
Economos actually having to deal with something this season too, with that sort of internal struggle of
that's true.
The agency versus his friends, and I really like that. Adebayo, she was definitely, I would say, second fiddle in season 1. As if Chris was the main character, she was the secondary, the immediate supporting character, and it feels like Harcourt is probably going to assume that role this season. But I like the threads that they're tying with Adebayo in the background right now. Like the breakup she suffered with her girlfriend and her lingering affection for her. It was never, it was never going to, because they fell out of love or that she fell out of love with her or anything. It just kind of ended for her, and that was that. So I like that storyline. I like that her and Chris are still friends. I like the 11th Street kids hooking up and hanging out. Toasting it up and being like, yep, been a couple months, but how you doing? It's good to see you. Love you guys.
And it might have ended a little sour, I guess, for Hardcore and Chris, but no, it was, at least for Adrian, it ended with all of his clothes off, pretty much, and him just pouring beer. Bud Light.
Yeah, that was the good stuff.
But they love Bud Light. I don't know, I wonder how much Bud
strange
Light
beer to feel that passionately about. It's not good.
And it, like, very, I don't know. It feels like this has to be just a Bud Light paid them. They're not. For Bud Light.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's no.
No,
way.
it's product placement. There's no doubt about that.
What am I remember? Heineken, is that?
That's Blue Velvet.
Okay, I don't. Oh, okay, yes. That's actually, I feel like a
Heineken.
A point.
No,
like a different beer.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yes, I don't know why. Yeah. I'm like beer popping up. What else am I thinking? Okay, yeah, that's. I don't know. My brain.
Yeah, Kyle. That was actually just something David Lynch fucking wrote. Yes. That's not product placement.
Yeah. But here, no. Yeah, this no
definitely product placement here.
They're tossing around bottles.
They're a second away from turning to the camera and going, Bud Light.
Yeah.
You know, like the official beer of Peacemaker.
Yeah. Oh man, and I get Pabst Blue Ribbon honestly fits the bill a little better color scheme. It's
and thematically, you know, like I'd be willing to bet Augie.
That's true.
Augie downs Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yes.
You know,
but okay,
he loves Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah, okay. My brain just
Keith's giving me Mick Ultra. You know, I'm getting a little Mick Ultra off of him.
Yeah, maybe a Coors. Maybe.
Coors is. I think Coors is better for Keith.
Yeah.
I think you're on the money there.
Peacemaker?
I think you're on the money there.
I don't. Maybe it is just like I don't know. He is kind of a wild
Budweiser
card.
Type of fella,
like a Bud Select. I don't know, or like a Bud. What are the blue ones? Oh my god, that's gonna bug the crap out of me. I just haven't been in. Oh my god, Premium Platinum Bud? I don't know. No, he's not rich. He's down in the dumps. He was in a trailer.
I see him as a king of beers fella. You know,
yes,
but
Miller Lite, the champagne of beers,
the Miller High Life,
yes,
Miller High Life.
There it is. Yes,
yeah.
The champagne of beers, of course. But yeah, that's a fun. I don't know. Match a beer to everyone.
Match a beer to every character. It's a fun concept. No, but Rick Flag Sr. is Corona, by the way. But
yes, that is.
Beyond that, I've really enjoyed the season so far. I can't wait for the rest of it. DC feels like it's in just a fucking brilliant spot, and Clayface officially started shooting.
Ooh, nice.
That movie, I'm pretty sure I saw that announcement the other day that it's officially started filming, so can't wait for that. That is a year from, a year and a week from today, as of the release of the podcast, September 3rd. It'll be September 11th of 2026, I believe. So
wow, okay,
I got that to look forward to. Something I'll never forget. Clayface movie premiere on 9/11.
We're taking the day back. Yes,
reclaiming it.
Yeah, we're finally.
Fuck you, Osama.
Trying to forget. It's, I don't know. But yeah, who would have thought? Clayface. We're doing it.
Yep. Clayface.
But yeah, no, we're in a good spot with both MCU and DC. Like honestly, just this time is a very great time for CBMs. It's just we're cooking on.
Oh, dude, we're in the good place, to be sure. But I'm gonna do some plugs, and then we'll head on out of here. If you would leave a 5-star rate and review and download wherever you might be listening. As I said earlier, we will be covering Alien Earth next week. We are doing those bi-weekly, so next week is 5 and 6 of Alien Earth. The week after that will be Peacemaker 3 and 4. Week after that will be Alien 7 and 8, which is the conclusion of it, and then we'll be covering Peacemaker the weeks that follow. So we got that to look forward to. Let's see, you can subscribe on YouTube wherever you might be if you're listening elsewhere, you know, just throw us a subscribe on YouTube. We would appreciate it greatly. We also have a movie podcast called The Cinementalists. That's CINEMENTALISTS. And right now we are in the midst of our second season of Cinema Surprise. And as Joe alluded to a little bit ago, we will be covering Blue Velvet this Friday.
Wow, that's
Pabst Blue Ribbon. So we've got that to look forward to. Blue Velvet this Friday, a little David Lynch action, who we love, and part of that is because we are also doing a Twin Peaks podcast called Fire Pod with me, friendly to the first-time viewer and the rewatcher alike. Next week we'll bring us Season 2, Episode 21. We are almost done with the original run of Twin Peaks, so you gotta go ahead and check that out before we get into Fire Walk with Me, The Missing Pieces, and then The Return.
Dun, dun.
If you've never watched Twin Peaks, you absolutely should. And if you get into Twin Peaks and go, man, I need to listen to people talk about this endlessly, check out our podcast, because Joseph has never seen it, and he's having a great time speculating who killed Laura Palmer. Now, where we're at in the show, we know who killed Laura Palmer, but...
Yes.
There's more. There's so much more beyond
no
that.
idea.
So that's just the base. That's just the base level right there. So we got that. So check that out. Firepod with me, The Sentimentalists, and Geek with me are the 3 shows by the Penny Bloom Dispatch here. But yeah, I think that shall be that. I don't know. I don't think I have anything else that I have to plug. I think that's it. So with that, we'll see you. If you're just sticking around for Peacemaker coverage, can't blame you. We'll see you in a couple weeks. But if you want to listen to Alien Earth stuff, we've also got that. I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here, homie.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. And remember, peace, love, and bloom. And do you really wanna taste it?